My name is Charlie McGrath. I'm the founder of WideAwakeNews.com and a host on the Rinse Radio Network. As we sit here tonight, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people are protesting. Not only in this country, but around the world. People are literally dying now, protesting the outrageous central bank takeover of planet Earth. Now, the mainstream media, the politicians last night in their debate, they're all dancing around the subject of what is bringing people into the streets, what's causing the frustration. Well, I'm going to clear it up. I'm going to make it real simple, because the mainstream media is painting with a blue brush or red brush, wanting you to go down one path or another and have this wedge mentality in place so you can hate the people who are out protesting today, just like they hated you when you were out protesting for the Tea Party 2 or 3 years ago. The fact of the matter is people are frustrated and in the streets for one simple reason. We have an international cabal of globalist banksters who, through their own Federal Reserve System and central banking system, are immersing the planet into debt, and there's no end in sight. And now they're demanding that you, the taxpayer of this country or in the United States or wherever you happen to be watching this from, demanding you pay for this debt. You go into servitude, indentured servitude, in order to pay for their failure. Bank of America has now shifted trillions of dollars, the amount unknown, up to $53 trillion out of their Bank of America division into their Merrill division with a $1 trillion depositor backstop. Not only doesn't stop with the depositor's money, it's FDIC insured backstop. So when their derivatives, these CDSs they're holding that are dabbling in the European debt, when the European debt bomb finally explodes, guess who's going to be on the bubble for all this debt? That's right, you, the American taxpayer. Just like we've seen and have done to us for the last 4 years, there is no end to this bailout. For anybody who thinks it ended when they paid back the $45 billion of TARP money, well, frankly, you've been duped. It's time to wake up and realize why people are in the streets. They're not in the streets because they want free health care forever. They're not in the streets because they think they deserve a constitutional right to have a car, a house, a job. They're in the streets because their future is literally being stolen away from them. JP Morgan has announced that they could be doing the same thing. Trillions upon trillions of dollars that the FDIC is even coming out and saying. This very loose regulatory backstop agency is saying, well, we don't know if this is a good idea. And the Federal Reserve is jumping on it and says, well, we have to provide some security to these depositories. The fact of the matter is we are on the verge of an absolute, complete global credit meltdown where we're going to have a credit freeze and our economy is going to come to a grinding halt. The only thing that is trying to be done in Washington and on Wall Street and the Federal Reserve is to make sure all the failure, all the fraudulent failure is in place to land directly on you, citizens of planet Earth. Get into the streets. Do not believe the lies from the mainstream media that this is some leftist movement. It's a movement of people trying to hold on to some semblance of liberty. Stories are attached. That's all I got.